Dan.
And, yeah, there it is. That's the timing that we know and love. But, of course, we can never disrespect the countdown on the clock. I'm going to throw these empty bottles out of the way. We're drinking all sorts of delicious, wholesome water and coffee.
Water's the best.
Oh.
I have a cherry 7-Up in the fridge, actually. I'm pretty excited about it.
Oh, my God. Vibrating with excitement, dude. Let me tell you, like...
It's probably the coffee.
Everything that makes me happy can be like traced back to when I would do LAN parties where we just play Brood War all night and the stupid Counter-Strike jump maps. Like,
oh wow, yeah.
Yeah.
Game maps.
Yeah, and you know, every now and again we only had one router among our group of friends, and if everyone was able to go to the LAN, one of us just wouldn't have internet. So you'd have to have a match played to determine who got to keep the internet. And you know, if I lost, I would just like play Minesweeper at a LAN party, man. It was sad.
LAN parties are awesome. LAN parties were awesome.
Yeah.
God, they still are.
Yeah.
You'd have to like throw everything together last second to try and figure out, okay, do we have enough cables? All right, well, I guess, you know, you go find your own cables because you didn't bring one.
We got really fast at it because, I mean, we land like every single weekend that we could. Like, have 2-day LAN parties. There's a match coming up, but that's Legionnaire versus Artosis, you know. Sort of match that happens once in a blue moon.
It's exciting. All these old names clashing again.
I swear, this is like some of the most fun I've ever had.
Yeah.
Doing an event thing, like, ever. Because all I'm doing is just talking about my happiest moments in childhood continuously for 9 hours. Like, Artosis at the bottom, in the red trunks, and over on the leftward bound, we got Legionnaire.
The teal Protoss, you can't tell that because the Nexus is deciding to go into disco mode.
It's a dance party, man.
Yeah, no, like the Nexus looks like a power-up in Zelda.
Yeah.
It's like, oh my god, it's reaching its final form. The arrow only deals lasers.
Anything special about these positions, Nyoken, for TVP?
Well, they're close, so probably a Reaver drop from Legionnaire.
There you go.
There we go.
Yeah.
Yeah, now I feel like your voice is inside of my mind.
So we're probably going to see a Reaver drop from Legionnaire, even though that's his main build anyways. But it's really strong on here. Artosis should probably drop an Armory pretty quickly and get 2 to 4 Goliaths with range. That shuts down Reaver very well. So yeah, I expect him to do that. And also it leads to upgrade Terran, which is the main style that Terran plays nowadays.
You know, I'm curious about that Goliath comment. Like, you know, traditionally you just build the turrets, you get tanks, and you just micro well enough. Why Goliath?
Well, the thing
is
that the main is so open on this map, you'd literally have to put down like 5 turrets.
Yeah.
And then that only covers the main. If Artosis tries to expand, then he also has to build turrets there. He would just waste so much money on static defense.
What if he went like Flash style? Where Flash, you know his like stupid 2008 style where he would literally go like triple command center, build a ring of turrets around his entire base so observers couldn't get in.
The triangle of missile turrets to stop trying to scan how many factories a Terran
No, he used to build like 6 missile turrets and just like not let anything in the main base.
Yeah, you can build a bunch of turrets, but once you like exceed like 4 to 5, it's too many. You spend too much resources on static defense and not units.
That's so many not vultures.
Yes.
And in this, especially on Python, where there's just so many different places the Protoss wants to go expand.
Yeah, and
like vultures just give so much map presence there.
Yeah, and the fact that it's Python and he's literally right next to Artosis, that he can drop so fast.
Yeah.
Now, do you like to go 5 factory and take the bottom right? Like what's your factory count before taking your third base? Because I just feel like you have no room to breathe. Or no room to turtle if you're Terran.
So what I like to do is I like to fast expand before gas, and after that follow up with 3 factory. It gets you enough units so that you can take your third base. You can't really attack Protoss, but you can take your third base successfully. And Terran on 3 base is ridiculously strong. You just max and get 2-1 and push, and Protoss, unless they have good arbiters or good macro, they just get run over.
Now, Artosis has 3 people still in gas, I think, if I notice there, which I'm thinking means that he's going to go for a double factory.
He better. He
so
better man up in 2 factory,
this
man.
This is such a great build on Python, though, just because the Protoss, like, the natural is so open that you can really, like, you need to put a lot of pressure on Protoss, or they will just pressure back on you.
I actually don't know. He has so much gas. What is going? Is he going to go Starport?
Yeah, I feel like
it might be a starport.
I feel like if he goes to factory against Legionnaire, I'm not sure that's really a great build because once Artosis moves out, Legionnaire is going to drop him with a Reaver.
Yeah.
And if he's out on the map, he's going to have no units. And then all of his SCVs are going to die. And then all Legionnaire has to do is just bring his Reaver back to his base and defend.
Ooh,
Yeah.
get that Wraith at least quick, then.
Yeah, Wraith is good for stopping a shuttle. Definitely can't get away. You don't
Got
have
me
to
a
waste a
D9.
bunch of turrets everywhere.
I'm all
But
wound up in cords.
you don't really want a Wraith. Really, it slows
Yeah.
down your build, it slows down your expansion, and then afterwards, what are you going to do with it? Are you just going to build a dropship? I mean,
God,
dropships are okay,
Not with
but
that
they're not that
attitude.
great.
Yeah, I mean, come on. What can't you do with a Wraith?
You can attack probes. You can attack another shuttle.
Go full fantasy and just go dual port Wraiths with
Yeah.
Cloak.
Can't be any
so
worse than what happened to him last
I
week.
really want Dan to just like accidentally lose to this. Oh my God. Oh wait, Nick's not here. We gotta make the call for the Dan cam.
Cheeky bastard.
Oh no. Oh God. Look, okay, let's get the zooms. Uh-oh, it's Dragoon 2.
Hey, mate, when I was watching your game, you didn't have that much Marines out?
It's unfortunate starport placement, too, because the Goon might be
Yeah.
close enough to see that add-on, and if he sees the drop coming, the Goons are just going to shut it down.
There
and
it
Legionnaire
is.
going to take no damage.
This stopped being funny.
You know, part of this is just so endearing to me because, you know, when you go back to play StarCraft after a long time off,
Yeah.
you lose the dumbest games ever. Like 8 Marines attack you and you're
Oh,
like,
you saw me against
oh,
White Raw.
oh my God, look at this. First base on the right side of the map. This is amazing. This is, oh God, I hope someone just gives a signal to Dan. Hey, did you ever cheat in the media crew where you'd like message each other and be like,
No.
he's hiding a base?
If anyone did that, it would be like, that's like against some pretty big laws in our group.
So Nyokin, what's the best way to put
Although
Dan
Terrans
on
cheat every
tilt?
game they scan.
Put Terran on tilt?
No, put Dan on
Oh,
tilt.
put Dan on tilt. I think Bulldog put him on pretty good tilt.
No, that's okay. The best way was to over micro against him. Seriously.
As a Terran player, I also hate the one gate just rally 2 or 3 zealots, and you just have to fight with a Marine. Because if you mess up the micro with the Marine, it kind of just snowballs, and there's just too many zealots, and you have too few Marines.
You instantly lose the game.
You instantly lose the game. That's one of the hardest things to get back when you get back into the game is your micro. I remember when I started coming back, I was literally just dying to 1 zealot. Like constantly, every game. And then versus Zerg, I was dying to 9 pool speed. Even I'd have 5 SCVs on the ramp. For some reason, I still could not kill the Lings.
Yeah,
Boneth recently was beat Scan because Boneth is in Europe and Scan's in Korea. And he did this by just doing proxy zealots because Scan was like really laggy that day. And just the zealots would walk in and Scan just couldn't micro them. And even if you micro pretty perfectly, but there's just a little bit of lag, your Marines will just immediately get slaughtered.
Yeah, and on top of that, you have to set up your buildings correctly because Marines can't just fight the zealot. You have to
GG.
ruin the
well,
AI.
that's... Oh,
Always Artosis face production. Every time something dies, you gotta go to.
Oh, there's a little happy face on the map, but Artosis is natural. Just above that. But anyway, sorry.
Yeah, he's putting down 3
That's a
factories
weird
right
happy
now.
face, man.
oh.
It's like 2 eyes, a nose, and a barracks for a mouth, I guess.
2 eyes, and eye below that. You know, this is... If there's one way to go, it's to a hidden base. You know, this is how I want to die in my
No,
life.
that's not how I want to die. I hate losing to hidden bases.
It's
Especially
great.
You know what the greatest thing is if you never scout hidden bases, you'll every now and again have that game where they get the hidden base, they are able to secure it, you never scout it, and you win anyways.
Like, oh wow,
well,
they had
that's
more
a
base than I
great
thought.
feeling.
That feels so good.
But it's the worst to lose to a hidden base, especially ultras, because you feel like you're winning and then pop out 10 ultras and you're like, okay, I guess I was never winning.
Zerg's on 2 base, right? Zerg's on 2 base? Oh, they had the whole top right.
Yeah, especially bad macro Zergs. All Zergs who
Yes.
sucked at macro would just abruptly win with Ultralisks.
Right here, man.
Oh.
Come on.
I think that is actually the best way to put Artosis on tilt.
Oh my God! No, repair! Thanks, production. All right, let's get that out of there. Let's just leave him be. Let's leave him be. Now, while this is happening, Legionnaire has not one, but 2 extra bases. 1 hidden.
I think Legionnaire is in a good spot right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, you think so?
Artosis had to put down a bunch of, or he did put down a bunch of factories. I think he missed macroed, and he doesn't really have any units now. So he's not going to be able to take his third base for a while. He's not going to be able to get down his ramp for a while.
Yeah. Legionnaire's up in supplies. He's got 2 more bases than him.
Yep.
Yeah, I
And
feel like
it's
he's in a
hidden.
pretty good spot.
And with the Observer right on top, like, you just know you're not going to be able to unsiege and move down because
killing
Legionnaire
Dan,
knows
too.
exactly when you're going to unsiege, and that's when Dragoons will just jump in, take out a siege tank, and then just jump back again.
I'm excited for when the StarCraft 2 player scans for the Widow Mine to kill the Observer and it doesn't do anything. It's like, oh my god.
You know,
There's spiders.
Legionnaire is only really good in these weird styles.
Wow.
He has amazing, like, 5 Dragoon control.
Where did that BM come from, Sean? It's only good in weird situations.
Yeah, you know, I didn't intend for it to come out that way, but now that it's out, you know, I'll double down on it, man.
He's like, I stand by it.
I stand by it. I guess that's who I am now. No,
He's
dude,
mediocre.
Well, it leads back to the point that you were making before, that, like, if you get into weird situations, all your macro cycles start slipping, you start kind of losing here and there, and then you'll end up like Rhett before, where you had like 1,500 minerals just out of nowhere. Because your macro all just completely goes to hell.
You know, I remember, like, before the WCG where Legionnaire got, like, 3rd place, I was like, you know, I don't think anyone thought that he was going to do, like, amazingly well, but, like, whenever there's pressure and he starts doing this weird stuff, his Dragoon control is just, like, so good.
He's very good.
And here's what Revo.
Did you know you can only fit 2 Dragoons in a shuttle?
That's it.
Did you know that?
That's
I
it.
did know that.
They're so big.
And like this Reaver timing is weird. Like, you normally aren't like, all right, well, Terran's 5 factory. Let me
Here comes
just
the
go
full
get a Reaver.
turtle. Are there spider mines back there as well? This is Bryce on the observer panel here, by the way. Doing a great
Hey,
job.
Bryce. Hey, machine.
It's a low center of gravity. Kind of gets him in there. Just
All right, there's
the shuttle finds the one
Yeah.
spot where
Oh,
there's
my God, Dan! Oh!
didn't even blow up, did it?
Wow. Nothing happened.
It didn't
Nothing
blow up.
happened.
Welcome to Brood War. You paid for that too. That's the best part. You freaking pay for a scarab, and sometimes it does nothing.
A scarab
15
costs
minerals.
15 minerals. And the Wraith is dead. The Wraith is gone. Oh,
Oh,
God.
man.
Oh, the Wraith was pretty stupid, I guess, huh? Can't go out that way.
Not today,
You're
sir.
trapped with me, but there's no anti-air, so, you know, you can kind of stay here
I
forever.
love the cute maneuver that Terrans do when they float an engineering bay over a siege tank so Reavers can't target
Yeah.
it.
All that stuff.
That didn't happen.
Way back in the day, when 2 tank drops was popular, you know what Boxer did? He dropped the tanks, flew the dropship in there, and was like, look, it's in here. And then they chased the dropship, and then the tanks came over.
Oh, a dropship. That'll kill the shuttle.
What?
A dropship
Bump into it?
Oh, no. Don't let it be.
Pulled a
All
bit of
right,
the wire
there it
on
is. Yes. I'm rooting for Dan here, man. I just want Dan to put a sopping wet W on the board.
Oh, wow.
Ooh.
You almost got me there.
2 bases, Terran. That's not terrible. As long as you can get to, like, +1 and get really, really lucky in the engagements and maybe have more than 4 siege tanks.
Does he have upgrades going? I haven't seen the armor.
This
Yeah.
commentary is not as edgy as hardcore Brood War fans would like it. Can you guys double down on the condensation? And
Well, as long as the armories are this late.
both these players are not professional Koreans, so they're kind of putting on a clown show right now for me. But Artosis is a good.
He's a good clown.
He's a good commentator,
He's
I
a top.
guess?
He's a top ranking clown.
Yeah. Look at him try to make the those spider mines. By the way, is not how you want to spread that.
Dude, I don't even care because, like, you know,
I don't like it.
You can get like the highest level Brood War ever in some of the Korean leagues. There's all sorts of amazing VODs on YouTubes of Korean pros.
Yeah, but I need them here in San Francisco playing now as well.
But most of my experience in Brood War in playing is just like these out of control clown fests that are just
yeah,
you'd have no clue what's gonna happen.
that was every
that-
one of my
is that-
games forever. Ugh, just leave the
Yes.
Dragoon for free.
Yes.
Bisu never would have lost that Dragoon.
Bisu would have lost the Dragoon, and the Korean fangirls would have screamed. And
It was on purpose.
We would've- freeing
up supply for something more important.
Is Artosis taking bottom left?
He's trying,
no, he's
man.
not. He's
One
eBay.
one eBay at a time. He's like, you go
it's
burn in the
burning
corner.
down like.
You go burn in the corner.
Oh God, dude.
There's the Wraith though. It's not dead.
eBay.
Or did he make another one?
Oh, this is this. You know what? I want to get a close zoom in on this eBay. This is the story of the match. This is the moment, right? when Dan was so panicked in the middle of that.
The roof is on fire. We don't need an eBay anymore.
Dude, like in the moment that the Reaver drop was happening, just a bunch of panic and involuntary muscle reaction ended up with a burning engineering bay landing at an expansion.
Burns pretty slowly though. In its
I know.
defense.
I know that's a output of a
Fire
time-long
doesn't melt
test.
steel eBays, man. Doesn't do it.
The
It's an inside job.
The supply is out
What
of
set
control.
fire to the eBay? Great question, right?
This is so annoying to push out against Reavers.
He's probably gonna take
especially
a tank
on
shot to that
Python.
Reaver, yeah.
On a map like Python, you
Pusan
have to
SG
just-
never would have taken that shot right there.
You have to just push so slowly against like the edge of the map because if you go into the middle, then the Protoss just collapses around you.
Dan's trying to just get a little bit more room so we can build turrets and then turtle again.
I like the different Protosses though. By the way, G5 would be on 9 bases right now. What does Legionnaire do? Max out.
On 3 bases.
Yeah, he's like, come on out. I'm probably overexpanding, right? Nay, mate. I'm just coming down and you drop bears.
Drop bears.
Another shuttle.
Dude, Legionnaire's almost doubling Dan in supply.
Yeah.
Bottom left eBay burned down. This is a tough moment. Oh my
Oh
god.
no! Single.
How did a Dragoon
He's
get there?
Dragoon down there.
It blinked. Wonk.
All right, there's another engineering bay getting built, right in the middle. Efficiency, Debo.
Dan slow pushing to nothing. Oh, these are Zealots, right?
Oh, nothing in there.
Oh, wow.
This is the
Mind
moment.
games.
All right.
Mind games, mate. There's nothing in here.
Or is there? Like 5 minutes later, so it's
What are you afraid of? Are those slow Zealots? No,
Yes.
they're
Oh no, those are the fastest. Get in there, Bryce. Get in there. Get in there.
All right, now zoom in, though, for dramatic effect.
Zoom in. Zoom in. Let's get Dan.
Yeah!
Oof.
Those are slow Zealots?
Yeah.
No, those are speed zealots.
Are they?
man.
I don't think so.
They're not that fast, man.
Those are the speed zealots I've ever seen.
These are so slow.
Sean, I gotta say, though, by the way, for how drunk you are, you're doing a great job.
It is true.
We're really proud of you.
Really pleased with myself. I think I'm performing to my best of capability.
Best of keep, yeah.
You know, the best
Well,
place for observers. all
Speaking of
3
best,
them
best would
being
execute the
international.
attack way better. Are those Forgotten Dragoons in the main base? Can we get a shot of that pleb, please? Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah, this is what happens, dude. You know,
Ugh.
Brood War really is just a disorganization engine. You know, where it's
Yeah.
like you're just trying to just keep coming back to this building, make a Dragoon, come back to the building, make a Dragoon.
Every game is like you fighting back a series of mistakes, and you get really good, and then you're still making mistakes. It's a weird feeling.
If Artosis gets bottom right,
It's like
this
Dark
could
Souls, the
go long.
RTS.
He's got his double upgrades going.
Nayokin, get out of here.
Huh?
He's down 60 supply.
Yeah,
he's never going to get bottom right.
But Legionnaire's not attacking, and he has 20 supply in his base and Dragoons.
Yeah, that's true. Got to keep them back there for a rainy day.
So if he can secure
Dan's
bottom
not.
right,
Dan's not taking bottom right though, man. He's pushing to top right.
Just, yeah, making
no,
this.
he's
Oh
taking
wow!
bottom right.
Look at this thing.
And then if he gets the mineral only, I mean,
Honk,
Terran's
honk.
strong on 4 base, like super strong. Once they reach 3-2,
Yeah, I like your optimism. That's a
Protoss
new,
army
it's a
just
new kind of
melts.
Nayokin. I like it. I mean, he's super dead, but I like that you think he's not.
Legionnaire's not aggressively taking bases.
Double
So
shuttle, triple shuttle. Do I need to? Does he need a 4th one to convince you?
he
Dude, I
needs to
think
get that supply
And
out
he
of his
scouts
main.
bottom
he needs
right.
to get his whole army in shuttles just for the joy of seeing it get dropped in the main, so we can zoom in on Dan's reaction again.
Yeah, that would actually tilt the crap out of him.
Yeah, I mean,
This base is never going to happen. He's going to land the Reavers over there, and then he's going to triple shuttle his tank line, by the way. Legionnaire, if you want top-notch production, get a shot of him, and he will wink toss right into the camera. It's a pretty good tank line, though.
But now the tank line's moving away from the natural.
Can we see if the armories are upgrading? Only one.
oh, how embarrassing. Can we zoom in on that, the armories?
Why even
All
make
right,
a
let's
second
get
one?
let's
if you're
get
not gonna
Dan's
use
face
it?
in there. Let's go ahead and load up Dan.
Can't
All right.
afford to make both upgrades right now. You do the best you can with what you got, you know? What's
Oh my god, that was amazing. That was a real shock shot
He
right there.
scanned the shuttle. He's like, is it safe, boys? Come on in.
Is that shuttle cloaked?
That's like putting a flashlight on the man that just slapped you in the face.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's there.
You are there.
You see him. Hey, there it is.
D-shield
Now-
Goliath.
Uh-oh. Now, before we get back to this action, let's go ahead and check up on the armories.
Can I
Let's
afford it now?
zoom in on those. All
I
right.
still can't afford it. I just lost
Now-
a bunch of SCVs, you idiot.
Now, the question is, will we hit a point where both armories are upgrading or where neither armory is upgrading? Which one's going to happen first?
Don't zoom in too close, or you'll hear the missile turrets.
No, oh, it looks like Legionnaire moving in. I literally missed every consonant.
Wait, where's the rest of the siege
there's
tanks?
no
They're all
tanks.
just leaving to go to the top right.
Oh my God,
No,
they're on
this is
vacation.
a really strong position.
This is looking good for Artosis. I'm just gonna say it no matter what.
Shuttling
guns.
zealots.
Uh-oh. All right, what do the upgrades look like?
Not looking so good.
All right, it's 1-0 for Protoss, and there's a lot for Terran. But
2-1 for Terran, which is
Dan needs to get back. This is the danger of pushing it in some place.
What good are your upgrades if you don't have
the units.
units?
That'll be very strong eventually. Oh, God. Oh, Legionnaire's just bombing in there, man.
Where are the siege tanks?
The siege tanks, where are the siege tanks? Are they just,
Where
are they all outside
siege
front?
tanks?
Here they come.
They all just died.
Wait,
Oh,
look
no, they're
outside
still
natural.
taking out the top.
No, unsiege those!
That's
Oh.
not where you want to have them.
They're just looking at the rubble. We did a good job today. We did a good job. All right.
Orders for duty,
All right. All right, quickly. Okay. Okay, now before we go anywhere else, let's get to those 2 armories. Zoom in.
Neither.
Oh, how embarrassing. Okay, we got to pull back out.
I think it'd be more embarrassing if they were upgrading now.
No,
Like, man, he's on top of my production. I should upgrade.
that's what I would do, man.
Gotta
I'd
keep
be all
that
in on that.
going.
No, I know. I believe in you,
Why are
Dan.
the siege tanks
Oh no!
This is
Oh.
Siege tanks. Where are the siege
All right,
tanks?
all right. Listen,
Oh.
I am like shamelessly all in on Artosis for this next game because that
I
game.
like that. I like your optimism.
No, I'm just like.
Oh, Peter. Yeah, mate. So sorry to do that to you. You seem like a swell guy. I wore my best tank top for this one. I want to show off the American audience that down here in Australia, dress well, we play well, we're good people. Don't want to hear none of that crap about penal colonies or thieves. Okay, it's a thing of the past. The Grampy's a
This is why if you saw the mouse shaking before while I was observing, it was because I was just laughing so hard.
This has been the most
trying
fun.
to like concentrate and be like, oh, there's definitely other things I need to show. But then I hear In Control making all these accents over here, and I can't keep the mouse steady.
Look at Dan putting on a smile, though. When inside his head, the things he's saying are not rated for this channel. Isn't that amazing?
Dude, the truth is, I think this is actually the happiest that Dan has ever been.
It is.
Is this moment right here?
Yeah.
He's just playing Brood War.
Playing Brood with his mates. I hope there's tournaments. That'd be fun. That'd be fun to see. Because today it launches, so people are going to be streaming it and playing it. I'd love some tournaments. That'd be cool.
I'm in the mood for some only semi-competitive tournaments.
Yeah, no, I don't.
Because
I don't. Korea, it's going to kick off. I know.
I mean,
that. Outside
there's
of it.
gonna be big tournaments where it's like this is the best of the best. But like, I don't want to.
The non-Korean.
I don't
scene.
want to see that shit.
I
I want to
know.
see. I want to see the people who are okay.
That's the whole
Like,
non-Korean scene,
like
mate.
play against each other.
You should watch my tournaments.
Yeah,
we got lots of okay people.
It's
Like
so
Nyokin.
fun. Like I tuned into your, I tuned into your stream and it was awesome.
That's
It
wrong.
was so good. I mean, I love every game of Brood War. I could watch this game forever, man.
Well, with it being remastered, you can. For only
Yes.
$15 on the Battle.net launcher.
Is it only 15?
It's
only
only
$15.
$15 on the Battle.net launcher. Actually, I'm sorry, it's the Blizzard Tech launcher now.
No, they went back to Battle.net.
They went to
back.
Battle.net?
They went back.
What?
They went back.
It's sometimes you got to battle, man. Sometimes you
Yeah.
got to do it.
All right. Looks like the match is loading in. It's gonna be Fighting Spirit. Ha ha.
I like that it's still called iCup. Those guys were great. They put on a good ladder.
He says, "Thanks for calling us, OK commentators." Oh, don't you worry, Legionnaire. We weren't talking about you. We think you're great. We're talking about the future tournaments, man. I just want more fun,
I agree.
non-competitive things.
Team Liquid, man, you guys just won the International. Now it's time for you to take some of those millions and turn it into a Brood War tournament, obviously.
But first, spend about half that money training your players to give exit interviews.
Oh, well, good luck to any scene. I mean, that's...
Dude.
I agree with Sean. But
Yeah,
it's every game, ever.
Oh my god! Yeah, dude, players give the worst interviews.
Innovation
ever.
is like out there to prove a point. Every time he wins a tournament, he's like, you want to see the worst?
You want
It's
to see
like, I've trained for the next one.
the? Yeah.
What'd you think of your opponent? He's like, well, I've been practicing a lot. I felt pretty good about it. All right, were you ever afraid when he did that thing? And he's like, no.
Well, what was going through your head? Oh, I've done this build before. It'll win.
People jokingly call you the machine. What do you think? He's like, well, machines are efficient and are created by smart people. I'd like to think my parents are smart people, and I was created efficiently. All right, I want to punch you right now. He's like, you could punch me right now. Anyways, Nick's getting really nervous. Let's do this. Top left-hand side. That's still Artosis. Bottom left side. It's Legionnaire. In case people forget in between games. Who is it? Peter Neat, man.
That's neat.
That's one of the names where that's like your next door neighbor, family of 5, beautiful
Artosis.
family. He eats people.
400 APM.
Peter Nate. Yeah, don't be confused by that though.
Yeah. That'll go down. Way, way down later on.
That was a whole thing. That was a thing that StarCraft people were obsessed with. And then my favorite was the number to come out, efficient APM.
EAPM.
And that was the highbrow APM.
Yeah, no, I
you
got
had 500 APM? Yeah, but what was your EAPM? And they were like 220, and they're like, that's what I thought. Mine's 330. Efficient.
Dude, yeah, there were APM measuring contests. Like
Yes.
in World Game Tour, it would actually upload all your replays and process them and just extract your APM.
Yep. And that was where like the embarrassment of losing to me came out, because I was always like 170, 185, and I was clicking on stuff to build it. And people were like, "Man, you kicked my butt, and you clicked on everything, and we're moving half as fast as me." I was like, "Yeah, but you're stupid." And that was how I won. That was
Nice.
But you had efficient APM, so that's how you won.
it.
And you play man mode, which is super strong.
Dude, so fun. Did
Well,
Koreans
there's-
never did that, right? They never no Hydra Lurker. That was the thing.
Hydra Lurker was a big.
CVT.
Once upon a time, it was big, but like for the most part, no.
Never really
but
took off.
Like once the Savior style of Defiler focus play came up, it was like 1 out of 20 games you'd see it.
Well, it's still muted though, right? 2 base muted into 3 or 4 base, whatever.
Yep.
The July Zerg popularized Muta Micro. God, it's so good.
Single Zealot going to go across the map, and that's just the most tilt-worthy thing a Terran has to deal
Dude,
with.
you like
in the beginning of this match.
I will lose to this Zealot 100% of the time.
Yep, and he doesn't have his depot set up properly, so if this Zealot gets into his base, it's going to have free reign.
Remember, kids, it's Rax, Depot. Read it like a book, left to right. Rax, Depot.
Yeah, like that formation, if a Rax is to the left and a Depot is to the right, touching the barracks, then a
Oh.
Marine can slip through the crack in between.
Yep.
The Dragoon
And
left.
it looks like Artosis is doing a 2-fact based on his gas.
That was what it was last time, though. Well, this time you're right, though.
No, you went for the Starport last time, so yeah. So it's going to be definitely the 2-fact this time.
I think
Yes! Yes!
so. What about the Zealot, though? Oh, it's just chilling? Come on, man.
Zealot, what you doing?
Is he waiting for Zealot 2?
Dragoon.
Oh,
This might just kill him.
Enter Dragoon 1. Build a Manor Nexus. That would actually tilt him.
Oh,
the double SCV block. Oh. Do you target the Dragoon first or the Zealot
Yeah.
first?
You go for the... I try to get as much damage on the Dragoon as possible, because the Dragoon, once it gets up to your ramp, it can out-micro you. But the Zealot, still has to go into melee range.
This is the opening that I do if I'm Legionnaire. This is like is going to be pretty safe against everything build. You get the range, you get the second gate, you get the observer.
Yeah, I love it.
So
It's
this
actually good against what he's facing, too, potentially. As long as it doesn't expand off it. But if he just adds a shuttle.
this is the bamboo
Observer.
build that you guys were talking about
Yeah.
earlier.
Yeah, man, Bamboo Terran.
This is going way back. I think it was the Gundam, right?
The Gundam. This is going to be real good for Artosis. Like, he is not going to
Yeah,
lose
that was
this
good.
at all. Ooh. Oh my gosh.
Oh, this is definitely not looking
Yeah, this
good.
this is a super hard position to come back from his Protoss. You can build a third gate, or if you go for Reaver right now, it can hold. But basically what Artosis is going to do is he's going to get tanks, and generally 1, sometimes 2, but generally just the 1. And then you just rally vultures with spider mines.
Yeah, but Protoss is going 2-gate robo,
Yeah.
so he's going to overwhelm 1 tank with just ranged goons.
It's 2 tanks, right? Is that a tank that came out?
Generally you go for 1, but I think Artosis did get 2. So this is going to be real hard for
If he can build
Legionnaire.
up the Dragoon numbers before the tanks and vultures hit, he's going to be okay.
Well, you
but,
don't want
ooh,
that.
The expansion.
You don't want that.
I don't know. This is going to be very... It depends a lot on the mines that are going to come out in the next couple of moments. And micro. A lot of micro.
It's going to come down to the mines, the micro, the fight, and the result of the fight. Get it? Okay, you did. Do they two-shot?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Dragoons are so broken.
Well, Legionnaires
Blizzard,
gonna have
please
to give this
patch.
up.
It's been 4 hours. Jiminy Christmas.
That's a really nice cancel to get.
Yeah, but if you look at the bottom middle, it looks like he's hidden a probe or something. He'd possibly hide a
He's
base.
actually picking up a lot of that push right now.
Yeah, I mean, you can actually just win right here as Terran a lot of the time, and I think, is Dan going to pull back? Pulling back is really common here. You just push enough to disrupt the Protoss and to get your own expansion up, and then you're in good shape, but... Oh, gosh.
He is hiding
Some
the base.
Terrans will just like kind of camp up there, but I think he might be a little bit more afraid. His APM's down to 200 now. Terrans, Artosis is probably really afraid because he did see that robo facility, and so he's probably afraid of a shuttle.
Siege
going
mode here,
around.
right? Siege mode?
Yep, it's got to be siege mode.
Yeah, there's that engineering bay.
Do you upgrade Vulture speed with this push or no?
If you had 2 add-ons,
You
yes,
could.
but since he's doing this style, no.
No. Just going for the speed of it, I guess.
Yeah.
Do you like the second tank or no?
I don't really like this build in general.
Wow. You just kind of hate overall then?
Yeah.
You're just like, wow, I can't even like that because I just hate everything here.
There's a strong 10-10-10
You do
build.
Marines in TVP though, you're cheesy.
Hey, he 3-gated me before.
That's true. So you're spiteful.
Yes.
Sorry, I used the wrong word.
So he's rushing upgrades, so that's good. He can just take his third base and then push Legionnaire once he gets 1-0 or 2-1.
Yeah,
he's got a lot
like,
of
dude,
tanks.
there's these... In the non-Zerg matchups, I don't really know how to play them out, so I just, like, do stupid sit there till you're at 150 and push with upgrades and, like, cross your fingers, and if that push doesn't work, I'm like, well, good game. I did my
Gave it
one
my
play.
best. It's a huge transfer. Huge.
Legionnaire has some of the best, like, cross-map transfer timings I've ever seen, because he, like, hides bases so often. His expansion's at, like, 300 hit points, and he just, like, boxes exactly 8 probes and sends them, and they're perfectly on time.
Is that another command center that Artosis is building, or is it a fact? No, it's just a floating barracks.
It looks like he wants to go for another command center, considering
Yeah,
he's still
he's
on
been
2
on
factories.
He's on 2 factories for a very
Yeah.
long time. It has to be.
Yeah, you can take another base.
Or you
if-
add 4 factories at once, I guess, and just go.
Yeah.
He could do that too.
5 or 6
What did they
factory
call
push.
like the flash meta that came out? Where you
I
go
mean,
to
the
3
flash
CC
build?
off of 1 factory. It's just called a flash build. Remember he was doing that on Blue Storm and stuff like that?
Oh, yeah, he did that to everyone, where you take
Yeah.
3 bases, then you'd wait till you were at 2-1, you'd be at around 150, 160 supply, and you just go.
Yep.
Yep.
These vultures are stylish.
Like 2 add-ons and 6 without or something crazy like that.
Yeah.
Where are Legionnaire's observers? He's lost like 3 goons to mines.
There it is.
There's one.
There's
There's a
the
useless
observer.
one.
It's pretty standard to have them like 11 Dragoons and 1 Observer on a hotkey though, right?
Dude, I just overbuild observers. I think you should just overbuild observers in this matchup. Get like 6 observers, just spread them out.
Yeah.
I put some on patrol and just go back and forth between bases when I'm playing PvT.
Yeah, I
to
mean,
make
like
sure.
having like one of the biggest ways you lose this matchup as Protoss is just not having vision. Vultures just waltz right in, kill off all your workers, or Vultures set up mines somewhere and then you accidentally waltz your Dragoons into them.
Yeah, also you need vision for when the tanks are on siege during a huge fight.
Yeah.
Because if the Zealots get on the tanks, Terran's done. Like, they can't recover. They have to waste so much time building their army back up, specifically tanks. And like, and Control said, you know, Terrans usually have like 2 add-ons and 6 without. So it takes like several minutes to build up a tank count once they lose it.
That's like the coolest thing that I think comes from StarCraft is that I started having a lot of problems with TVP, so I started playing PvT a ton and started realizing like all the cheat moves that Protoss have. One of them is called the Observer. I don't know if you guys know about this unit. It's cloaked, it's flying. You just
Yeah.
get to see everything for free.
This is how you tilt Dan, by the way. Look, nice.
Oh
Right there.
god, denying the third is
Yeah.
Well, just he shows up at exactly that moment. He has no. I think there's an observer maybe out front of the
yeah,
natural.
there's right there. Oh.
He just across the map sends 5 Dragoons, I think it was, and kills 2 tanks.
But like going up ramp against 4
Yeah.
Dragoons is pulling teeth for a
Yeah,
Terran because
there
you have
you
to
go.
siege down here. You have to hopefully have
Oh my
high
God.
ground.
Oh
vision.
no! Oh,
Yup.
oh!
Dan,
Daniel.
to be honest, Legionnaire shouldn't even pulled back. He should just rotate the ones that were getting shot back and kill the other tank. And then Dan stands up from his computer, doesn't even like quit or anything, just comes over here and commentates. Like,
Well, so here I'm losing
done.
this game.
When you lose tanks like that, taking that third base, you feel so behind because now you've lost very important units to push. You feel like your third base is way later because it's going to take him forever to secure this.
No.
It gets worse.
No.
Here's a free tank.
Dude, this is Legionnaire every single game where he just has like a shuttle and 4 or 5 Dragoons and they deal infinite damage somehow.
I hate Protosses that play like this. I hate them. They sit outside ramps like that, and they just micro their goons forever, killing vultures, killing tanks.
It's awesome.
Yup.
I can't stand it.
This is every single game of me versus Supernova Maniac I think I've ever played. He just holds on to the third base where I want to go expand
Yep.
for like 5 minutes, and then behind that just gets like 8 bases.
And it's really uncomfortable too because you kind of want to leave tanks sieged at your front.
Yep.
Technically, it's okay to unsiege them, but it's very uncomfortable too.
What I like to mix in versus Protoss is that use goons like this as proxy a second factory after expanding, and then you just rally vultures with mines, and you can get a lot of damage done on their expansion.
Oh, this is a nice move by Dan, though. Because a lot of times Terrans just try to push this out, but he's actually going to try to trap the Dragoons, in theory. Is
Yeah,
what
it's
we'd
nice.
imagine.
But, man, talk about the value of these Dragoons. I mean, and they get freed. The third is just now getting landed. Very nice move by Legionnaire. He also is frustrating to play with, especially after G5, because Dan had to go from, well, if the Protoss expanded, it's a double expand, and then he follows it with a fourth and a fifth, like, in the next 3 minutes. Or he's playing Legionnaire here, who's like, no, 3 bases is all I ever want.
3 bases fine. I'm going to go for carriers behind this.
Yeah, maybe
And
I'll eventually take a fourth.
That's just like, ugh.
It's two very wildly different things.
Protoss have a surprisingly large breadth of strategy in both the PvT and PvZ matchups. There's just a lot of tools they can.
Yeah.
To
Bust
be
down a lot
to
of
be
timings.
awful, to be annoying, to be the most miserable thing to ever go against.
I think there's 2 probes on the
A
main
lot of
gas.
words I can put for.
See,
how I
you're
feel about
speaking like a
Protoss.
Protoss player. See, as a Zerg, I'm not allowed to complain about Terran, or excuse me, complain about Protoss.
See, shout out to TLO.
TLO?
2 probes on the gas, man. It's TLO special. Well, two workers.
You mean the IPS radio special?
Is this a storm
Oh,
drop?
He shut
Oh,
Reaver!
when
One
did a
Reaver drop.
Reaver
Where
make
did
his
the
way in
Reaver
this
come?
game? What? What is this doing? Is this like from last game? Did that shuttle
Yeah.
fly from Python to Fighting Spirit?
It did.
How did he get there? Like,
It took 20 minutes or so, but it's
yeah,
here.
I know. It's gosh.
That's what Dan's asking right now, by the way. He's like, is there a Reaver at my third?
This is so annoying because you don't want to be making Goliaths because I think he scanned for the carriers, but he needs to make Goliaths, otherwise he's
Oh,
going to die
that
to
shot
carriers
hit
in
both of
minutes.
them.
Dragoons up, get the Dragoons up.
Oh my God! And it's just like
It's-
another. It's just
Yup.
like one control group of Dragoons.
Hey, I heard
It's
you
not
want to
even
get
his
your
whole
third
army,
base.
yeah.
Have fun.
Where is Artosis' army? Is it just sitting at the choke?
Both these players are not attacking with their whole army the entire time.
I feel like there's going to be a continuous stream of 10 units fighting each other at this third until both players are depleted.
Well,
Really
I
nice.
mean, look at
Dragoons
how
here.
many minerals Legionnaire has. At this point, a Protoss who's denied this third base would just expand to a fourth and a fifth base very, very quickly.
No, you expand.
But
the third and
Legionnaire
fourth
says, you know
Stargate.
what? I'm going to get more carriers.
And now, somehow, 2 Dragoons survive and delay this third even further.
He really needs to wall off that ramp.
Yeah.
If you put one tank with just a wall, it can deal infinite damage to Dragoons trying to attack.
Tanks, don't they do like 90 damage?
70 damage.
Is it 70?
85 at
1,000.
full upgrades.
Yeah, it's so much.
Every Protoss will tell you it's 1,000 damage.
Hmm.
Something, 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 Tesagi.
Oh yeah, dude. Okay, all right. Start with you, Sham. Too. What is the most imbalanced unit for Terran?
For Terran?
Yeah.
The Siege Tank. Oh,
Yes,
yeah, it's a Vulture.
yes.
Yeah, you're right.
So
Sorry, it's
like
Vulture.
you're not allowed to cheat. No, it's the Vulture. It's
you're
the
right.
the Vulture is like way too strong.
75 minerals.
How is this thing in a game? In any
Comes with
game?
spider mines.
Comes, oh, yeah.
It's about 125 damage. Yeah, it's a little bit overpowered.
They'll get up and run you down too, man.
They're the best. I love them.
Believe it.
that unit.
Nyokin, what do you think is the most imbalanced Terran unit?
I can agree. For the cost, the Vulture is
Yeah.
very imbalanced, but tanks are pretty good too.
You guys are all wrong, by the way. It's the Marine, but
The Marine?
these are good answers.
Yeah,
This
no.
isn't StarCraft 2.
Dude,
StarCraft 2 Marines, yeah.
I'm
StarCraft
sorry, have you played
Brutal
against
Marines.
SK Terran?
Oh my god,
They
that's
literally
true.
just make Marine Medic and Science Vessels and just max out on that if they can.
StarCraft 2 Marines are just so much easier to deal with than StarCraft 1 Marines.
And they all
Yeah,
come
right. I
walking
forgot I'm
over.
talking to a whole bunch of Zergs.
Yeah.
The Defiler's pretty strong.
Yeah, right? You have Defiler.
Dude, what are you
We
talking
have
about
to
this?
eat our own people to make it do anything.
Your
But you-
people are useless.
Anything
They're
at all.
Zergling. They're small
We have to
and
upgrade
tiny.
the ability to eat our own people to do anything at all.
But you get
You have to-
invulnerability.
The shit you make on the basic buildings that start the game come just fine. You can upgrade them to make them better. The Defiler's like, I'm just going to wiggle around for a while. Did you get that upgrade? Great. Now I'll eat some of my own shit to do anything. And when you cast a Dark Swarm and 15 tanks splatter the stuff under it anyways,
Oh, yeah, people don't know
yeah,
about
like-
that
then I'm
yet.
like, what does that spell do? Did it get me there safely? Kinda. There's Widow Mines that are blowing you up.
You're not even talking about the worst part, which
The
is
Defiler.
you throw down Dark
Oh my
come on.
God.
You throw down Dark Swarm.
Hive Tech, upgrade to do anything, still sucks.
And once you throw down the
Plague?
Dark Swarm,
Plague doesn't even kill anything. Why? Why is that? In what world do you upgrade something where it's like drops them down to 1 health, bro? And you're like, why 1 health? And they're like, don't know. Is it in the fluff? Are they so sick that they're really just almost not able to do anything? No. Storm doesn't drop you to 1 health. Okay? And riddle me that, Nyokin. Riddle me
I don't
frickin'
know.
that.
What about Lurker under Dark Swarm?
They're pretty good.
Yeah.
yeah.
If they can get there, they're
There's
pretty
the
good.
concession.
If they can get there, they're pretty good. I like them.
Yeah, that's the weirdest thing that I didn't realize is that siege tank shots still do damage underneath Dark Swarm because it doesn't do damage to the immediate unit, but it does the blast damage around it.
Yeah, but yeah,
Oh god, I love siege tanks.
the Lurkers have to be set up in a certain way
Yeah.
for them to splash. But yeah, that is possible. Very rarely though.
Well, I just meant for non-burrowed units.
I'll just say the Zergling is so strong.
Those
The
are
Zerglings are just out of control good.
Zerglings are good. Cracklings, dude.
And the-
Those are surprising.
Cracklings are just
Yeah.
so
There's like, hey,
ridiculous.
there's 8 Zerglings in my base, and the base is gone. Wait a second.
Does Protoss have any unit that is like just unfair how good it is?
The Arbiters are incredible. The Arbiter's pretty damn
maybe
good.
Carrier.
Carrier, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Protoss does not have like a Dark Swarm. They don't have like a Vulture. They don't have
Storm
anything
is
that's-
strong, but, you know, Templar are pretty weird and slow, I guess.
Yeah.
Once Terran hits critical mass of Goliath with 3/2 carriers, actually are not.
It's not
That
just
great.
the carriers, it's what comes with them, though. Your
Yeah.
Goliaths are like, here we go, and 2 storms hit your entire Goliath fleet, and you're like, oh, okay.
Yeah, if you get the Super Army Arbiter Carrier Storm,
Yeah.
that's almost unkillable. And then
Look at
Zealot
Dan
support.
go, by the way.
He's doing really good work. I mean, with all these Goliaths here as well, there's no way that
This army coming in
Legionnaire can
piecemeal,
easily push
getting held
this.
back by the Vultures,
Well,
and then all of a
takes
sudden the
out the
carriers show
Observer
up?
again?
Yeah.
God, Artosis hates our Observers. I don't blame him, though, but
Oh,
This is-
Legionnaire don't care. He's just going to attack, man.
this is the most annoying thing.
But I
Finish
think, I think this looks good for Dan.
It
like
does.
I'm just gonna keep saying it until it's true at some point.
He can.
I mean,
Can't be wrong
seriously,
every
it's
time.
just- I'm like, I'm like the idiot who's like, I think she likes me, and she sat next to me in class. Like, at some point,
boy.
I mean, Dan's doing the right thing, which is like you kill off the production, you push in here, you let him have the money. He can't rebuild quickly enough.
Hey, yeah, mate. You got cannon mages for Dark Templar, though.
Oh my
Yeah,
God!
but he loses his natural, and then he's expanding to the top right. I think,
which is great. Which is great. Like,
Which so he's fine.
he needs to get up the ramp, dude. Ramps are broken in this game. Ramps are the most
Ramps
powerful
are
thing
really
in the entire
good.
game.
They're good for everybody.
Ramps are way OP, man.
Better than Defilers.
Oh God.
Oh yeah, if you're from StarCraft 2 and you're trying to push up a ramp in StarCraft Brood War, you should probably just give up.
Yeah, a maxed army in StarCraft 2 takes under 5 game seconds to get up and down a ramp. But in StarCraft 1, a maxed army cannot get up a ramp.
And he's
ever,
not
at
getting
any
up this
point.
ramp, by the way, and the
And
carriers
then-
are going to clean up with left. He
And then
actually just loses.
Protosses will stasis you while you're on the ramp, so you just have to
Oh.
wait 60 seconds anyway.
He's taking middle.
Oh God, it's beautiful.
Artosis is taking the middle.
That's smart.
You can't take that until the whole map's mined out. It's known.
It is known.
What is Artosis upgrades on the
Is that
Goliath?
12 mineral piles?
I think
to
it's
the
2-1.
gas?
I think it's 2-1.
If I can
That's
get away
good.
with the middle base, it's like a double expand.
Though when you're going against carriers, getting more plating is always good.
Mm-hmm.
Because they do little 6 damage shots every once in a while.
Yeah, I mean, the expand to the middle is theoretically excellent and correct because Protoss has to play
It's
defensively.
like taking Asian in Risk, though, man. Good luck.
Yeah.
Can't hold it.
Oh yeah.
You know what you
I
take a risk?
bet you just go to Australia and you're like,
And you understand
sit
there
there.
is a single choke point, and
That's
I can
right.
slowly accumulate Australia.
you know
You're
what?
not wrong, and I
No.
negotiate for South America.
No, what's the correct place to get North America, man?
You're not wrong. That's a 3-point entry. Very good. Five reinforcement point
That's
place.
true. Yeah, no, you can just sit there on your little luck roll defense Australia
Yep.
nonsense.
And you wait to see who the idiot is that goes for Asia, and then the second idiot that goes for Europe. But they are the ones that can trick you sometimes because they have a good plan sometimes.
So this is actually not the going for Asia and risk. This is the North American play that we're seeing out of our
the middle base is
Yeah.
North America.
Yeah, because I mean it's so easy to defend
Especially for a Terran.
with like this
Look at
army
Sham
from
2 come
Legionnaire.
to your defense. Jeez Louise.
Well,
You know,
if and
You're
only
a
if
subscriber, aren't you?
yes,
with that Twitch Amazon Prime. No, with carriers, you'd want to keep them around ridges and around the edge of the map. You can't fight them in the middle of the map, or you'll just get shredded apart by Goliaths.
Yeah.
So getting the middle of the map, like those carriers, just don't want to go there. That is, if and only if Artosis is scanning enough to know where those carriers are.
Well,
or if Artosis is dying
just
two
getting
carriers in
ransacked
those
by
areas.
it, I guess. He's like, I have a good idea where
Hip,
they're at.
hip,
Yeah, I know where they
1A.
I feel like they're right at my natural or something.
This is
The Goliath's going to come back. Do they have tank support? Is there ground army at all here? Because I feel like if there's a
No.
ground army, this game's over. But
this is so hard for Artosis.
that's
But
what Yep. Go ahead.
no, she didn't. She was looking. She was like, "This is going to be so hard."
It's a joke about
No,
sex, probably.
The armories are not spinning.
oh God.
The Seinfeld, or no, the Curb Your Enthusiasm.
No, that's the Price is Right, man.
Oh, that's really good. Is that you?
Jeez,
Jeez,
it's
you're-
Sham too.
I practice
Oh.
that way too much.
You can do magical things with your mouth.
So anyway,
Oh God,
the Goliaths-
Legionnaires hit critical carrier mass.
Well, if
Oh,
by
they're
critical you mean enough to kill this bloke.
You should really just build
He's
zealots and
start-
attack with them together.
yeah.
I mean,
Goliaths.
He's just taking a tour of Artosis right now. Why build anything other?
Tor de Artosis.
He's like, oh, you got a base over here? Don't mind if I do.
oh gosh, this is
What are the upgrades on the carrier?
Look at
Do
the
they
one
have
Goliath
+3?
firing. The one Goliath, the hero worker.
plus one.
Oh, plus one. That's what I've noticed about Protosses in this tournament. They really hate upgrades.
I mean, generally, it's dangerous to overly focus on upgrades too early if you're a Protoss.
I mean,
because
if
you
you're
just
at
need the units.
2100, maybe, throw down
It's a
that,
trap.
that one.
The Goliaths
100.
are in your flank.
You might be able to get a carrier.
I like how close this looks. And
Get
and then 100 supply of ground army is going to come running in a second. We're like, oh, it's not even close. But Legionnaire waited forever to attack.
Legionnaire still doesn't know about the middle.
Oh my god. Wait, he's moving there now, right? He's going to accidentally find it.
I think that is the tank right now. That is the main primo tank.
That is the tank. That is Sergeant. What is his name?
Hammer.
Hammer?
Hammer.
Oh, he's going to find it now.
Does he have his arm still in the Brood War times, or does he lose that in StarCraft 2?
I don't know. Well, it's like.
He turns it into a wrench. Becomes a thing.
Oh, I was talking about the Heroes of the Storm character.
Oh.
I'm a former Heroes caster. That's why I know this.
That's the musician Hammer time. We're talking about two different things. You got to make your final stand here, Artosis.
This is hard for me to say, but this does not look.
Does
the
this
best
not
for
look good for
Artosis,
him?
But that's a lot of interceptors dying. He should not push forward. He needs to stay behind
I
the
think
gas
he can
center.
afford it,
Ground
man.
army and Goliaths do not do well against anything except for carriers.
They do okay against
Yeah,
observers.
Zealot carrier is so
That's
strong.
true, and shuttles
Yeah.
and other air units.
I feel like this is the last flight of Artosis. We'll see. He
He's
doesn't
dropping
believe
down.
it. He doesn't believe it.
80 supply and dropping. Can he hold it? Ladies and gentlemen, Artosis going down here.
Okay, so we should be seeing GG here anytime. Who am I? Storm toss. The
I can't tell if
chainsaw
Nick
Protoss.
is raising his
You-
hand like
no,
that's
you-
me, or if he's just
Jeff,
raising
you
it.
have the one voice. It's kind of like this. You use it for everything.
It is true.
That's
Everyone's Admiral Akbar to me.
yeah. Yeah, that's how you see us too. We just have big like tentacly mouths and stuff.
No, the best is when you get someone actually mad at that voice, and they're like, "Do you think that's what I sound like?" And I go, "Do you think that's what I sound like?" Take me serious. All right, he's gonna just walk through the minefield. Doesn't matter. I love that Dan's still here. What does he have? What does he have?
I love that you just try.
30 supply of what? He's gonna pull back. Damn.
Wow, that's the stone cold face of a killer there, ladies
This
and
is
gentlemen.
a come on.
This is a all right. Come on.
We have other tournaments or matches here. Machine's gonna like it just stops observing. He goes over to Dan. He's like, Dan, it's time. You're done. We'll get you in some other games, bud. We'll get you to play another BGH match or something like that.
Now he just needs to lift off all of his buildings, fly them to
That
the
would be the
separate
best.
corners.
He actually lifts off.
This is his last match. He's out of the tournament
Yeah.
after this one, so we
join
could
me, man.
go for some fantasy GG timing.
Well, you're getting it. You're also getting some pretty crazy conservative play from Legionnaire. He's like, I might. He's still got.
He's
Sparta
still
mines.
only on 4 bases. He's mined out of most of them except for 1.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna say,
Fans some
I think
Sparta mines over here.
maybe Artosis has a chance here.
One time.
Probably not. He actually doesn't have an expansion.
And so as we see the gentle Artosis dripping down before 40th food supply, we can see him
This is.
But is he
this-
upgrading?
This is such a brutal way to
going
go
back
out,
to
man.
his base. No upgrades coming in here. No, this is terrible. Yes.
Do you think the Korean commentators
There
are
it
going
is.
crazy right
GG.
now? Would they still be yelling?
They might be. Dude,
Look at
carriers.
him laughing. You're still worse than I am.
Dude, there's no way to put it, man. It's just carriers. Carriers are so strong. Back me up, Dan.
Artosis really need to build turrets at his expansion. Turrets and Goliaths combined just shred interceptors, but he didn't get the turrets up.
Did he need Valkyries to kill the
No.
interceptors? They do splash damage. Think about it.
Think about it. Run that. Run
No,
that
here's
one.
what you do. You EMP the interceptors, then shoot them with Valkyries.
That's
Now,
next level.
That's it. That's the ticket.
For a while there
Would
was.
that be amazing?
For a while there was an entity limit in Brood War, where if there were enough things on the map, your Valkyrie wouldn't spawn missiles. So
Have
just
they
like
fixed
wouldn't
that?
shoot.
What?
I don't think they fixed that.
You know what you need to do?
I don't know.
I
think
once
that-
saw
that still
Boxer play this
exists.
game where he stasised like all the carriers. And
Oh,
then killed them.
lockdown?
Oh, yeah,
lockdown
yeah, yeah.
them, yeah.
Mhm.
Do that.
That's
yeah,
like-
lockdown's really good. I think it's also very good versus arbiters. Put Ghost in specific positions.
Yes.
And lock the arbiter coming. Lock
I would
down the
lock
arbiter
them all
coming
down, then drop a nuke, and then also overscan it from your like 9's contrast. And he's like, "Oh my God, all the BM."
Oh, we gotta get Winter Legionnaire in here.
Win or loser interview.
Legionnaire and Artosis, come to me. Let's get them. 2 of you must go.
I
2 of
will-
us must stay.
Thank you, gentlemen. For
All right,
you
tapping out. Bye. All right. We getting Super Daniel, man.
Dan, we need a loser interview.
Oh my God, Legionnaire
Oh, yeah.
with the carriers,
He hates them.
dude. Okay, so what percentage of games that you lose do you wind up eventually winning because you just abruptly went carriers?
Not that often. Normally, if you're losing a game and you go carriers, it's just you don't have enough minerals to support it. So you're just going to hit a brick wall and they'll win.
Yeah, I mean the game was actually pretty even for a long amount of time. You delayed his third like so long.
Yeah, that's the only thing that kept me in the game. Because particularly on that map, you can use the high ground advantage at the third to keep them from coming up. So he really should have walled it off. He was almost there before my units arrived. So if he'd held that, I probably would have lost. And then I started a carrier switch before, and I didn't get any gases at either of my other 2 bases. Which it's just little things like that you forget when you haven't played in a while. Because I haven't done that build in probably 12 years or something. So.
Yeah, I mean the early bamboo push just like busted your front down like so hard.
But you got to cancel though. If the next is finished and he loses it, that would have been terrible.
Dan, we want to talk to you about carriers.
Yeah.
Thoughts on the carrier?
Good skill to have. Yeah, no, I mean they're pretty good. You got to hit sharp timings against them. You know they're going it. You have to go kill them, and I'm incapable of doing that.
Dude,
so.
no, but this is the story of coming back to Brood War because it's like I used to be able to run a 5-minute mile and now I can run like a 20-minute mile.
Yeah.
You know, where you're just like, I know I'm supposed to do a timing.
Yeah.
I know there's a timing or something here.
When he Reaver dropped your third,
Yeah, like
how mad were you?
Oh.
It just
wait a
shows up.
minute.
There's just a Reaver in that mineral.
Oh, I
mine.
wasn't as mad as are we talking about the Python game?
No, we're
No.
talking about the game on
Okay.
Fighting Spirit where a Reaver showed up and we were shocked. We had no idea where this Reaver came from.
Yeah.
I
I didn't either, but he's Legionnaire, so I should have had turrets there or something.
You did.
But,
That's the joke. You did. It killed the shuttle that it came in.
Wait,
yeah, and
is
it
that-
still killed.
He
my
hot
SCVs
delivered a
and
Reaver.
screwed everything up. But
What are your thoughts on the series, Dan?
I mean, it's TVP. I don't know.
I do play the overpowered race.
Yeah.
You know, I don't have to
I
click very
find, I
much.
find him
Just
like
so
the most
shit, Bruno.
annoying player to play against because he always has his Dragoons like up a hill. And,
Yes,
like, you're trying to
yeah.
like take a base and like you don't have vision and none of your units move up the ramp and then he has a shuttle and it's like just the most annoying Protoss in the whole world. I've always had a really hard time against him.
Here's the second one I played today. Both players have called me annoying. I find that quite
You-
enjoyable.
yeah.
Yeah.
You're doing good.
Dude, well, guys, we still have another match coming up. It's going to be the big match. If we take a look at our brackets, we see that it's going to be G5 versus Rhett. Oh. Here they come. There it is, G5 Rhett.
Is that the last match of the day?
It's the final match of this pseudo tournament that we're doing today.
Oh.
Yes. And in that particular match, we were having a conversation about how there's some units that just feel super overpowered for each race. It's the Vulture for Terran,
The carrier for Protoss.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, what do you think is the overpowered unit for Protoss?
I like High Templar probably really, but
I wish
No
Dan
one
would have done
uses
a
that,
show
so-
where they talked about things that were overpowered. You know what I mean?
yeah.
And if you could have got like another personality, like an Idra or something like that, and you guys did this show where you guys just talked about stuff that was overpowered, wouldn't that have been
Well,
a
we
really
could
good
solve
thing?
that really quick in StarCraft 1. There'd be a show about the Defiler. There'd be a show about the
You're
carrier.
an idiot. It's not the Defiler.
No, it's not. It's come on. What is the most overpowered unit for Zerg?
For Zerg?
Yeah.
Is
I'll
this,
do it
is this a
again.
joke? It's the
No.
Defiler.
No,
I'll
come
do
on.
it
What's
again.
the really overpowered unit for a Zerg?
I feel like I'm being super trolled right now. It's the Defiler.
No,
the Defiler.
It's the Zergling.
That is the stupidest thing I've ever heard. What?
That is the most correct thing in the universe. Are you kidding me?
Dude, okay, so I'm maxed out, right? Walking across the center of the map, I scan ahead, a single Defiler heading towards my army. I turn around and run. Zerglings, no.
Dude, no,
No, you don't.
that's how I was able to win
fan out your science
championships,
vessels,
man.
you go,
Like,
Go do some research, boys. And they're like, irradiate.
and then they radiate it and it does nothing.
They-
but then if you scan, you'll see it pathetically go, it'll put out a dark swarm as it dies, and it's like, maybe it'll
No.
get used by somebody.
What it'll do is plague my science
protect
vessels.
This one single area, and then you eat half a control group of Zerglings, and then you get to now be invincible in this
I got it.
area.
Sean, I got it,
right?
I got it.
Just like you eat
You're not
your whole
invincible.
army.
It's a reduced chance to take damage. You're not even invincible. Dark swarm.
Like you're playing a race with spider mines.
Yeah, spider mines are good. Well, see, that's why we can fight back as Terran players is because we have spider mines.
And you changed your hotkeys for that too, didn't you?
I did. I put it on E. I was laying mines like a madman that game.
I knew something was up.
Yeah.
They were going down too fast.
Yeah, they were.
Dude, I still have I and O as the hotkeys.
Oh, no, that's way too far away.
Are you
Amount of
serious?
times- the amount
What
of
happened?
times that I hit O, like even back when I used to play all the time, it's just like I'm trying to lay mines around Dragoons, I'm hitting O. And it's like, oh. My vultures are just getting shot at by the Dragoons I'm surrounding. Yeah.
Well, what do you think is the most overpowered unit for Zerg?
Zergling.
There it is. There it is.
See, well, you Protoss players are different because they just drop Zerglings in your base. And you're
Yeah.
like, oh, no.
The entire base is gone before you can get any units
That
back.
is true.
Yeah.
That is true.
Ah, it feels so good.
If a Defiler goes in my base, you know.
Yeah, because you have units that work under Dark Swarm.
Oh, so we're being
And
race
it-
dependent now. I thought we were just doing the most abusive one in the game.
Well,
It's still the Defiler.
we will get the chance to see if the Defiler truly is the most powerful unit for Zerg, because Rhett is going to play against G5 after this. We're going to go to a break that will be 3 minutes and 37 seconds long. And when we come back, we're going to be going into that match.